As once stated by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. This probably sounds very familiar to you, as King was a very important person in the civil rights movement, who exemplified extreme bravery to fight for the people of all races and ethnicities. Today I want to recognize Martin Luther King Jr. for his bravery that he portrayed while being an activist in the civil rights movement. Without King, we may not be where we are today, with having equal rights of all people. As civilians, it is important for us to be brave and courageous when it comes to defending ourselves and others. We can all learn from Dr. King what it really means to be brave, and hopefully choose to be brave when it comes to our lives and the lives of others. Through research, I have been able to discover multiple things that King did to prove his bravery. Not only was he a man for the people, but he made an impact on the entire nation and set a precedent for how people of any ethnic or racial group should be treated. First, I will discuss what bravery really means, and then I will talk to you about how Dr. King exemplified bravery throughout his life, and lastly, I will talk about the lasting impact that King had on our lives and the lives of the nation. Having bravery as one of your defining characteristics is something that many people strive for, and it is one of the values that we all wish we had the courage to have. If you want the dictionary definition of bravery, audioenglish.org says that it means a quality of spirit that enables you to face danger or pain without showing fear. I feel that is very vague, and it means so much more though. To be brave, you have to face your fears many times and go against the odds. It takes a lot of courage to show bravery, as many times you may be the only one doing the thing, as everyone else is too scared, or it has not been done before. Everyone knows the story about Simba and the Lion King. If you've seen the movie, then you know exactly what part I'm talking about. Scar took over Pride Rock and when Mufasa died, and Simba went on to live his own life. And then when Simba caught word that everyone in the kingdom was starving under Scar's rule, he decided he needed to take action. So he went and was brave and went and fought Scar to become the king of Pride Rock. He did this even though he knew Scar was a scary man and he knew what he was capable of, but he showed bravery for himself and his people so that they all may be able to get through this tough time. I use this as an example for you because I know that this is something that everyone can relate to, as many have seen the movie, and I think this is a great way to show what bravery really does mean. Bravery means that you are willing to do anything in your power to stand up for what you believe in and to do the right thing. Martin Luther King Jr. was definitely one who showed bravery by fighting for equal rights of all people and always doing the right thing, even when it was scary and challenging. King knew how dangerous this protesting was, but he realized the importance of how important it was to have everyone treated as equals. According to History.com editors, the March on Washington was a very important event in history, as it was a peaceful protest led by Dr. King and A. Philip Randolph, who led thousands in a march for both freedom of African Americans and the availability of jobs for everyone. The morning of the protest, they met with John F. Kennedy, who tried to talk them out of it, as he thought it would result in a violent ending. But that did not stop them. King was brave and still went on to march for the civil rights. He did many things like this, showing his bravery. He knew it was dangerous going into the march, but he also knew it was something that needed to be done. This was not the only thing that King did to show his bravery. Throughout the whole civil rights movement, he was sent many threatening letters trying to intimidate him and stop him from protesting. Not only did he have to deal with the people who hated him, but he also had to get his own people on his side, as they all were scared to back him up. According to Joseph Millard's 2014 article, King struggled getting backing of his own people as they were scared to take part in such an event. Again, this showed the struggle and adversity King had to overcome just so that he could be brave for his people and fight for their freedoms. It is clear that King was a brave man who stood up for the people and their rights, but this man had a lasting impact on the nation and will forever be remembered for his bravery and courage. Martin Luther King did not dedicate his life to the move. He not only dedicated his life to the movement for the people, but he lost his life fighting for those people. The 2010 Martin Luther King Jr. assassination article spoke about how King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, while being there to support a sanitation workers' strike. Many riots broke out throughout the country after his death, as people felt it was wrong and a very shameful way for him to end his life. Though people were upset about his death, it also sparked the government to pass the Fair Housing Act, which protected individuals from discrimination in the housing market. The government felt that it was needed to be passed in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. and all of his work that he had done for the civil rights movement. By defining what it means to be brave, I was able to recognize and honor Martin Luther King Jr. and how he exemplified his bravery throughout his life. Not only was he a great leader throughout the civil rights movement, but he has made a lasting impact and will forever be remembered as one of the bravest and most courageous figures in American history. By being brave and standing up for what he believed in, Dr. King was able to change the lives of so many and set a precedent for all societies. Dr. King had a very vivid dream about one day everyone would have the equality throughout the nation. He was able to help his dream come true through his bravery and determination to fight for his people and stick up for them. Bravery is one of the most important values one can have, and this is one of the great reasons why Dr. King is remembered.